I am holding in front of me the most difficult schedule in the Pac-12. It belongs to the USC Trojans. So many prognosticators are selecting USC to come out of the Pac-12 South, win the championship game in the conference, and move on to the college football playoff. They will have earned it. Okay, the first 2 weeks of the season, it's Arkansas State and Idaho. That doesn't appear to be the toughest schedule in the Pac-12. Here's the reason. Okay, if you go through all the other Pac-12 schedules, everyone misses somebody significant. So meaning Stanford doesn't have to play Utah or Arizona State. Arizona State doesn't have to play Stanford. Arizona doesn't have to play Oregon. Oregon State doesn't have to play USC or Arizona State. Washington State doesn't have to play USC or Utah. Cal doesn't have to play Arizona. UCLA doesn't have to play Oregon. Washington doesn't have to play UCLA. Oregon doesn't have to play UCLA or Arizona. Get my point? Colorado doesn't have to play Cal or Washington, but then their non-conference is very, very weak. Utah doesn't have to play Stanford. USC's 2 misses, so in the Pac-12, you play 9 of the other 11 teams. USC's 2 misses are Washington State and Oregon State, arguably the 2 worst teams in the conference. Colorado might be in that mix as well. All right, so USC has the toughest schedule in the conference. It's not even close. They would love to have Washington State and Oregon State on the schedule to pick up 2 more wins. They don't. They have to play everyone tough. All right. Out of conference, not a huge deal. I mentioned the Arkansas State game in Idaho. Not a big deal there, although Arkansas State under Blake Anderson has reached postseason play umpteen consecutive years and won some Sun Belt Conference championships. The toughie on the road, October 17th, that team shows up again here in Pac-12 scheduling. It's Notre Dame. USC takes on Notre Dame. And if Notre Dame turns out not to be the Notre Dame of 2014 and 7-5, 8-5 after a bowl win over LSU, but the Notre Dame that many expect to see fighting for a college football playoff spot, maybe an 11-1, 10-2 Notre Dame team, then that significantly upgrades this schedule. Again, USC has the toughest, by far, schedule within the conference. It's not even debatable. They have to play all the toughies. Then they play on the road at Notre Dame. USC, toughest schedule in the Pac-12. Is it the toughest in conference play, period, in Power 5 football across the nation? We will wait and see, because now we have completed all our Power 5 conference schedule analysis. We're done. We're at the finish line, finally. Now I've got to throw them all together and do the real hard work, because it was tough enough, especially in the SEC, the Big Ten, and the ACC with the 14 teams and only playing 2 in the other 7-team division to sort those through. The Big 12 was fairly easy. Everybody plays everyone, so you just have to look at the non-conference slate. Pac-12, somewhere in between. But now comes the real fun. I've got to throw them all together and rank them 1 through 66, and I've got to get it done in a hurry. So hang with me. We'll get that to you very soon. We have completed our Pac-12 rankings, and USC has the toughest schedule in the conference. Do they have the toughest schedule in the nation? Stay tuned. Add your comments right here on Mark Rogers TV.